Today we're going to talk about something I'm really passionate about, and that is coffee. And we're not just going to talk about coffee in general, we are going to talk about cafe latte or about latte art. So you've probably wondered how they make these little hearts, or how they make a whole swan or your face, or some really can do that. I can't. Just to be clear here, I am a professional barista and I used to work at 2 different cafes, and I did even do barista workshops after I stopped working at my last job. And even in my job I did teach people how to become a barista. So that being said, I do know a lot of things about coffee, but I really don't know everything. There are championships, there are really pros at making everything coffee, and I'm not one of those. Just to be clear here, I really just have a passion for coffee and to make pretty coffee, but that's how deep it gets. That's literally all. So I myself like to go to barista workshops, or especially latte art workshops in general, just because I feel like we can always keep on learning, we can always learn something new, we can always teach ourselves something new. And so that's why I do really like doing these things, even though most of the times I really not learn much more, but there's always something I haven't seen, a trick that I haven't seen, a bean, obviously different coffee beans that I've never heard before, that I've never tried. There are so many different things. So I recently went to a Latte workshop with a good friend of mine who's also a barista. And this is the first time I actually thought about bringing my camera with me and showing you guys some clips. If you really want to know how to make a perfect cafe latte or a latte art at home, I can definitely teach you, and I can definitely make videos about that. So if you guys are interested, please just let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to make these videos, and I do have a few planned, but for today I just want to show you guys what a workshop looks like. A workshop was actually open for anyone. Of course you had to pay quite a lot of money, but that's the norm when you do want to do a workshop that's coffee related, unless you are trying to become a barista, because when we train people we don't charge them, obviously, because we do want you to work at our cafes and we do want you to be good at what you're doing. So that's the only way to get a free barista education. It's not really education, but to have 3 workshops. But then again, please don't just take advantage of a cafe that wants to train you and then don't do the job just because you wanted to learn more about coffee. That's what YouTube is for, literally. You can learn anything you want to know on here. The only thing that's missing is the one-on-one, but you don't really need that. Again, if you want to know how to do that at home, and I would teach you the basic heart, because that's one thing I learned right at the beginning. It's super easy. So even though I'm not going to show you how to make a proper latte art or latte in general in this video, I want to give you a few tips which you really need to know. First of all, the milk really matters. It matters that the milk is the right temperature, and at different workshops you will learn a different temperature. What I will tell you, what I personally go for, is something around 65 degrees Celsius, which is 150 Fahrenheit. And this little boy comes really in handy. This is from my Sage machine that I use at home. This actually has the degrees on here, so it lights up in different colors, so you know when you've reached the perfect temperature. That's not really what you have when you're working in a cafe. That's when you really need to figure it out. At an actual cafe you have different tools to see if you reach the right temperature, but usually all we need is our hands, because working as a barista for a while you kind of feel the right temperature, and that's really all you need, just your hands. But right at the beginning you really need to take a temperature. Just go with 65 Celsius. Make sure that even if you want it extra hot to not burn the milk, you really need this perfect foam. And if the milk is burned, not only will it taste terrible, it will look terrible. It will not make that perfect little latte art. Another really good tip is the beans really do matter, because you do need the right crema. So look out for good beans, look out for a good grinder, and then temp them perfectly. All these steps are necessary for the perfect crema, and without a perfect crema you won't get a perfect latte art. And for everyone that doesn't know, the crema is basically the brown at the top right above your coffee, and you do try to not break the crema, but you try to get the perfect milk and the foam into the crema so it forms a really nice piece of art. And these are all the tips I'm giving you right now, because as I said, this is not a video to teach you how to create latte art. It's just a video that shows you what you learn at a workshop and what they show you and what you can create, even if you are a beginner. So now I want to show you guys the clips of that little workshop and the little art that we created. So usually these workshops start with you trying different kinds of milk and seeing how different they actually behave. We had a little bit to snack on. That usually give you food throughout these workshops because they do last a couple of hours. And there we go. That's the first cafe latte art that we did. And here you can witness how even a pro needs a little help sometimes, but no, seriously, they use forks or different tools to just make their little piece of art look even more realistic. As you can see, even with oat milk, you can create a perfect latte art. Isn't that pretty? And that one as well. I did that one also with oat milk.